Hello and welcome back to Live and Local Episode 3, curated by Katie and Dusty Moore, the co-founders of QC Find Now. If you are new to what we're about, it is our team's mission to connect local businesses with the local community they serve right here in the Quad Cities. We do this in a number of ways. New here is this Live and Local broadcast, and another is through our website qcfindnow.com, an online space that highlights all things local to our area, from the businesses we spotlight to ongoing events, promotions, and local lifestyle topics, and much more. Our team works hard on our social media feeds, where you can find new local content every day on our Facebook and Instagram. In alignment to our mission, we have developed online marketing services that embrace today's highly effective modern marketing strategies that have been converted to work on a local level. For this week's broadcast, we have Peter Robinson, better known as the QC Catfish Guy, as our guest. Without further ado, here is this week's Live and Local.
All right, guys. This is QC Find Now, Live and Local Episode 3. Special guest today is Peter Robinson. A lot of you don't know the name Peter Robinson. He's actually locally known as the Catfish Guy. Peter, thank you for coming.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, today is Friday, April 4th. No, today is April 4th. All right.
Just think, it's the day before 420. Oh, God. Wait, is it really the 19th, or is this just going to...
This is going to be aired the 19th.
Oh, thank God, because otherwise I would have to go up to Locust Street tomorrow to do the 420 thing with Cloud9.
So today we're going to discuss a couple highlights in the Quad Cities. We're also going to ask Peter some really interesting questions so you get to know Peter Robinson, the Catfish Guy. Are you excited?
Rock on.
All right.
I can't wait.
Should we start out with news? All right. So a couple local events going on right now. Niagara Zoo opened for the season on Saturday the 13th. Have you been there yet?
I have.
What's your favorite animal?
I think the goats.
The goats?
The mountain goats.
What about the goats?
The first time I ever went there, they tripped me out because there's two of them standing like next to each other on the very top of their little rock thing, and so I thought the one goat had two heads. I had to do a double take.
All right, so that brings me to a question I have for you. Which animal will make the best type of president if the animal kingdom ever to rise and take over the world?
Penguins.
Serious? Why the penguins?
Well, they are loyal to each other.
And they're already wearing tuxedos like a president
They're
would.
already wearing tuxedos.
Okay.
They share responsibilities with the male and female. It's all about connection and family with the penguins. And they're really intelligent. They know how to survive. They know how to make it through everything. And so, yeah, penguins would make the best president in animal ran kingdom.
That's an awesome answer. I would never guess the penguin, but actually, no, I would have guessed the penguin. So anybody ever asked me that question, that's the first word I'm going to use is penguins. All right, so what else is going on in the Quad Cities? The Quad Cities made it FamilyVacationCritic.com 10 best family beaches for 2019 at number 6 with the West Lake Beach in Davenport. What?
Serious?
Yeah, right. I have never been to West Beach, and I grew up in the Quad Cities. So
West Lake Beach.
West Lake Beach. I've never been there. So apparently that's pretty awesome. All right, moving on. This is something that actually makes sense. LeClaire was nominated for America's Main Street Contest. Basically, off the line, if they win it, they receive $25,000 in cash, which is about equivalent to, 5 light poles. In LeClaire. You've ever walked through LeClaire and every light pole has a speaker?
I did not know that.
Yeah, you walk downtown LeClaire. Every light pole has, like Christmas time, they're always playing Christmas music.
Makes sense.
That's pretty awesome.
I thought it was just amplification.
Amplification. The word of the day. Peter's kind of famous right now for being the guy in the Quad Cities during the flood noodled the catfish. Have you been asked to endorse any products yet?
I have not, but I just contacted a catfish fishing gear company and filled out an application to see if I can't be one of their sponsors.
That'd be very cool. And actually, I was talking with Peter earlier at the kitchen table tonight. We all should put a petition together and get on the Ellen show. Should we do that?
Cool.
Oh,
I'm looking for
hilarious.
Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, Jimmy Fallon would be awesome.
Jimmy Fallon would have everybody rolling.
So with all this popularity right now, have you ever been asked, like the Discovery Channel, have they asked you to be on Naked and Afraid yet? And would you do it?
No, they have not. And of course.
You would do that?
Hell yeah.
Yeah? All right.
All day. And the Noodling show on the History Channel, too.
They have a Noodling show?
Yeah, they have a Noodling show on the History Channel.
You should totally
or
be on
Discovery
that Noodling
Channel.
show. Or Discovery Channel.
One of those two.
Well, me and Katie been obsessed with the show on, was it, babe, the History Channel?
Yeah,
Alone. Where they put you, like have you seen it yet?
I have seen episodes.
Man,
those guys. Could so do it. I can.
I claim I could too, but you see those guys that are like survivalists. I claim myself as a survivalist too, and like they tap out like day 2 because of a bear.
Yes.
Yeah.
But those are city-minded survivalists. I'm country.
Right.
And as the world now knows, I've been homeless, so survival is all I know.
Right. Amen to that.
And so I could do it.
I think you could. You'd do the deadfall traps and make your own fish. And then you'd be appreciative of everything you had, too.
Most definitely. I mean, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance that I wasn't even expecting. And I'm still just an average Joe. I never claimed to be anything besides an average Joe.
Actually, you know what, Peter? To be honest with you, that would be the best words to describe after meeting Peter tonight for the first time and sitting with him for 2 hours just laughing. Nonstop. He is an average Joe, and he's the most sincere, nicest guy I know. And we'll talk more about Peter's life a little bit later. So let's skip a minute there. Let's get back on local events. Still a few Easter egg hunts left in the area. If you need to find out anything about that, look at the QC Find Now calendar. Peter, do you plan on going to Easter egg hunt?
No, I just want to find the eggs.
I tell you what, I was just telling Kylie about this.
I'm not worried about the Easter egg hunts themselves. I just like to try to find the leftovers.
You ever find that Easter egg like late August when you're mowing your yard that has that Snickers completely melted, but you're embarrassed to go ahead and eat the Snickers? But you do?
Oh, never. They never last that long undiscovered.
I don't have that much pride. I'll eat it. All right. So back to a serious question. Who's your favorite Spice Girl?
My favorite Spice Girl. I think Ginger.
You know, that's mine too.
Ginger
I don't know what
Spice.
it is about her, right?
It's her.
You got Mel B, which is Scary Spice, and she's still looking
Mel
for
B is still there. She's still got it going on, but
Ginger was always the one.
Ginger had that personality, like she was a ginger.
Right, she was a ginger. That's awesome. All right, so now for a section of Tried It Local. So obviously, as we all know, Baked is an amazing company here in the Quad Cities that did a lot with Peter, and they did a catfish fry. Well, tell us a little about your experience with Baked.
I owe everything to Baked. All the shows and all the appearances that I've had the ability to do and have been asked to, make appearances at, it all stems from Baked's initial request for me to be there. I owe everything to Baked. I'm a lifelong supporter and believer in Baked. Their desserts are freaking amazing.
Can you get them to bring back the alcohol cupcakes on a more consistent basis? Can you make a call for that?
I cannot. I don't think I can. I'm having a hard time with So Sweet trying to get them to make their chocolate chip cookie dough cheesecake. I keep going in there and begging them.
So we're going to tag Oh So Sweet in this podcast right now or broadcast, excuse me. And that way they'd be like, well, Peter said so. We should probably do it. We're going to get a lot of views on this, and why not? So earlier we were talking about favorite restaurants in the Quad Cities, and you brought up a couple places that I haven't heard of yet. And one of the things we're talking about is Mexican restaurants. And I said La Finca's, right? Because it's right behind our building downtown. And you named a couple places I haven't heard of. Go ahead and name those.
La Finca's is good, but my all-time two favorite Mexican restaurants in the area It's La Rancherita #1 on, I believe, 15th Street in Rock Island. Delicious. Authentic, 100% just delicious. And Maria, their white cheese sauce with their homemade tortillas, you can't go wrong with it.
All right, let's talk about a fun fact based in the Quad Cities. I have a fun fact for you. The first NFL football game was played at Douglas Park on Rock Island on September 26, 1920. And actually, another fun fact that's not on this is they're doing the draft here in Rock Island.
Yes.
Right, which hasn't been done in how long? Really cool. They're doing the NFL draft here. Another fun fact. Walt Disney applied for his first job at Victor. Say it for me.
I
Here we
can
go,
do
guys.
it when you're not asking me to say it. Victor
Animograph.
Yeah. No, it's Victor Animatography.
Animatography.
Okay.
Right? Is that it?
No, they're not animatography. It's Animatograph Corporation.
Oh, Corporation in Davenport. They didn't hire him. So Walt Disney got turned down in Davenport, Iowa. How crazy is that?
We're gangster like that. You can't beat us. We put you on the spot. We'll tell you straight out how it is.
Tell me something, Peter. How violently do you have to fight the urge to scream when you see an ice cream truck?
I don't have to fight the urge to scream. I have to fight the urge to run. I'm trying to catch up with that. I do not want to miss it.
Okay, serious question. Have you ever found an image of a biblical figure on a piece of toast? Seriously.
No, but I have found some really interesting pictures in Cheetos.
Oh, God, I love talking to this guy. All right, so we're going to talk about new to the Quad Cities. So earlier tonight, me and Peter were talking, and you just shot a commercial, and I saw it just got posted for the first time today.
Yes.
And it is one of the best local commercials I've ever seen of any company. And I actually called the owner of the company, and he answered his cell phone in Cabo, New Mexico.
He does not own it. He was just the one that you talked to is only the videographer.
Oh, that was a videographer.
That was
okay.
the videographer.
Okay. Oh my God, that was so funny. It is a great, great, great commercial. And tell us about what your experience is with Lopez Pizza.
Lopez Pizza, it was the most amazing thing and funnest thing I've done so far with this catfish ordeal. I'm calling it an ordeal because I still believe I'm just an average Joe.
And he told me the Lopez brothers actually shot that, and it took an entire day, and they were exhausted, but it was totally worth it.
It was like 2 or 3 days total.
Oh my gosh.
And
folks, if you haven't seen it, it is so funny. It got posted today. It is. And what the cool part about it is he brought in all the local surrounding businesses downtown.
Yes.
Not only was he promoting himself, he was promoting everybody else, which QC Fine Now absolutely loves. Promoting locally owned businesses, which it was a great commercial.
Yes, and I have to give props to Andrew Lopez. He's one of the founding brothers, him and Peter, because it was cold as heck out, and he's out there pouring cold bottles of water over his head all day long for every one of those shots.
Oh.
So I give it to him.
And they open April?
Nope.
Oh, May 5th, right?
May 5th.
Cinco de Mayo, right?
Cinco de Mayo.
It's a New York-style pizza sold by the slice.
Or by the pie.
Oh, by the pie. All right. So we have Cheesy Cow that opened back December 17th, 2018 as the first restaurant in the Quad Cities to be solely dedicated to mac and cheese. Haven't been there yet, have you?
Heck no, I ain't even heard of it, but man, I sure do.
See,
want
that's
to go
why
there.
we do this.
It's
because
mac and cheese.
It's mac and cheese.
Who does not like mac and cheese?
My 3-year-old asks for it every day for lunch.
The main ingredient is cheese. Who does not like cheese? I mean, there's even like non-dairy cheese type stuff out there for like people that like cheese, but it's lactose intolerant.
You know, looking back on our conversation earlier, I would say penguins don't like cheese.
I don't know. I bet penguins might try a piece of cheese. They do like fish, so I'm sure they'll eat my catfish.
I want to get your opinion on something, and this is really important, all right? So please pay attention. What do you think a cat dreams about?
Fish.
You think fish? You know, that's funny you said that because we ran out of cat food yesterday, and I gave my cat mahi-mahi that we had for dinner, and he literally didn't eat it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and he's like an indoor-outdoor cat that's bringing like sparrows and stupid squirrels up to our back door, and like he won't eat mahi-mahi.
He probably doesn't even know what mahi-mahi is. He's
Right.
an Iowa
Well, it's a
cat.
fish. It's a, right.
Give him some catfish or some
right.
bass, some
Give him some
bluegill.
catfish. Oh, that's hilarious.
He's not an Hawaiian cat.
Oh, he is orange cat.
Yes, he might be orange, but he's not Hawaiian.
So let's get questions about Peter, catfish guy. What's it like since you become a viral sensation?
A roller coaster. It really has. I mean, there's a lot that I enjoy. You know, the best thing I enjoy about my fans and everybody that's following me is when they come up and they thank me for bringing everybody together. They, just drop blessings and happiness and thankfulness on me, and I enjoy that. The part that gets overwhelming at times is the crowds.
Ooh, you're already getting groupies?
I do have groupies. I also got dumped because of my fame. But
no, seriously?
Seriously, but
don't say her name.
I'm not. It's not against her. But she's an awesome girl. I understand completely that this is something new for her, like it is for me, and it was on good terms, so we still talk. And
I didn't know that.
She
That's
has
too
my
bad.
blessings.
Well, that's all right. That sucks, but you'll be fine.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you what, hands down, folks, he is an awesome, awesome individual. The sweetest, kind-hearted, just like good soul. Just a really good soul. All right, so what do you have for future plans for your newfound fame? We were talking with you earlier. We have some ideas for you. We'd like to help you as much as we can, but what's your future plans?
I still am hoping that I can set up a fishing tournament for youth, like at Lost Nation Lake, and set up a catfishing tournament for them, and do more interactions and maybe like speak at schools and places for at-risk youth, give them something to focus on, give them, faith, and give them something that they could believe in themselves, something that they don't have to join gangs, they don't have to go out rob and steal to look cool. Like, there's
more of
so
an outdoorsy
much.
thing.
Yeah,
kind of like the Boy Scouts.
There is so much that you could do. Every one of us has a talent. But until we have that person that opens that door and opens that place in our mind and ourselves, sometimes we don't realize it. We need that person there to actually support us. I mean, there's parents out there that's not really parent, and
a lot of single parents out there.
A lot of single parents, and it's hard for everybody. It's not just hard for the parents, it's hard for the kids. I mean, there's 90-year-olds that have to work 2-3 jobs to live these days. So look at these young parents, young single parents. Everybody needs that support, opening up the doors to where you realize your potential, you could reach your potential, and you realize and can know that you ain't destined just for the grave or for jail or for prison. You're destined for greatness. Greatness is one step away, one picture away. Look at me. I carried a catfish and I'm like world renowned.
Yeah, your memes are hilarious.
Oh, that's how you say them, memes? I always call them memes.
Well, apparently, like, I just learned how to say it. Emojis.
Emojis.
What I used to call it.
From emojis.
Yeah, emojis. I didn't know how to say that. But that's what happens when you're older.
See, you still can teach old dogs new tricks.
You can't, right? So where can locals go to connect with you? So like social media, etc. Because I heard earlier tonight you were telling me you're DJing, you're trying to get into this and that, and like how can people connect with you more?
Mostly like everybody's been doing. Hit me up on Facebook, Peter Robinson, which you cannot miss me now because it says the catfish guy and has the catfish behind me as the main wall thing and me holding the catfish, so it's like inevitable. Though it is kind of awesome but weird that so many people have that catfish as their back wall profile.
You're already getting duplicated, aren't you?
I am. There's actually people out there getting tattoos of me when I'm holding that catfish in front of the courthouse. They're getting that image tattooed on themselves. Like, what better, like, it's mind-blowing. Like, people's getting tattoos of me on their body. Like, I'm not Cheech and Chong or anyone else. Like,
that's a great example to use. All right, so you get a hold of Peter on his Facebook. Were you DJing at?
I'm DJing at Cedar Street Inn.
Okay.
In Davenport on Cedar Street.
And you have some local events coming up here. So I was trying to talk Peter earlier into running for the Bix. He said he wanted to. I think he should. I think we should get a bunch of shout outs, encourage him. That'd be awesome. What do you think? Do you want to run the Bix? You always wanted to run the Bix.
I've always wanted to, and with all the running around I'm doing to all these different shows and appearances, I think I'm losing weight. I don't know though. I mean, it looks like it, feels like it, but it'd be something awesome to do.
So if people are out and about and they want to meet you in person, what are some of your... I would sum it down to 3 places you like to go to. What's your 3 local hangout places?
If you really want to come across me, it's Davenport Public Library on Main Street, Central Grocery on 3rd. I love that little place. I really do. They just got their kitchen up and running. Their pizza's delicious. And just pretty much down on 3rd and 4th Street, that's pretty much my wander about area.
You, at one point... were part of a radio station. Let's give you the handle name because that's what I found interesting about it. It was good.
The remake handle name or the original?
The original, because it was great.
Okay, when I was in high school, I had to create a radio show when I was in radio broadcast journalism. And so it was like this. This is Mad Dog Pete Robinson coming to you live from KLOW, our late night party music station.
That's awesome. All right. Peter, describe your life using a movie title.
That's a good question. It's crazy because the first movie title that came to my mind is What's Eating Gilder Grape.
That's awesome. Seriously, that's awesome.
Seriously. Yeah, that's the first one that just popped into my mind as soon as you asked that question.
If somebody were to ask me mine, I would say Forrest Gump. I straight up would say Forrest Gump. Yeah. That's my favorite movie, too. All right, most important question of the night for Peter. And before I ask this question, I want to state, if you've seen a lot of our videos and like our food reviews and things like that, we're all about integrity and we really say what we really mean. Because the last thing I'm ever going to do is BS a situation. Peter is a really, really, really special person that I got to spend the last 2.5 hours with before we even started this broadcast. And he is just the nicest, most humble, sweetest guy in the world. So I'm going to ask him this last question because I guarantee you he has a great answer for it. Do you have any words of wisdom or encouragement for others that may fall upon hard times?
Keep smiling.
Awesome response.
No matter how hard it gets, no matter what you're going through, it might be seeming impossible to smile, but if you could just crack that one smile or get that person that's going through a hard time just a smile or just a small laugh, you know, that's the best thing that they could ever get at that point in time. Their lowest point, laughter and smiling is the best medicine. It will heal and cheer up anybody in any situation.
Laughter is a spice of life. Like literally everything, as long as you're laughing or smiling, everything's okay. No matter how bad it sucks. Like even like us watching that Alone show, those guys that actually survived the longest are laughing. They're making fun of themselves or being goofy, and that's all that matters is just laughing and being happy. All right, so we're gonna end it there. I thank Peter Robinson for coming. Actually, I would like Peter to come back because he knows so many interesting things. This guy has unlimited amount of talent, especially radio-wise. Anything you want to add before we take off?
I'm just so grateful to be here, being part of this. I enjoy the laughter. I know that everybody else is going to get a laugh.
Yeah,
and that commercial that I did for Low Pies, oh my God, everybody's going to be rolling.
Oh, it is like, guys, again.
It's the most epic, like, social media commercial you'll ever see in the history of social media commercials.
I've never seen anything like it. Not from around the Quad Cities. Like, those guys was genius. It was genius. It really was. And that came out tonight, and we're going to broadcast this on Friday. So, yeah, I'm sure it's going to get a lot of buzz by then. Yeah, it's going to be great. All right, thanks, Quad Cities. If you can think of anybody that we need to go review or talk about on here, please post it in the comments. And please follow Peter Robinson on social media.
Most definitely. Thank you for having me be here.
You're awesome, dude. Appreciate it.
Love you.
All right, thanks, Quad Cities.
Here at QC Find Now, we appreciate you joining us for today's Live and Local. Until next time, help keep it local.